coffee in my cup, same old path I walk. Minutes tick on by, just another day to talk. Something in the air makes me pause and think, maybe there's a change right here on the brink. Small spaces between the usual, little cracks where light comes through. Can't explain this feeling, but I know it's coming true. Oh, waiting for that moment when everything shifts and changes shape. Something special's coming, I can feel it in this day. Something's on its way. Same breakfast, same time, phone calls, deadlines due, but my heart beats faster when I look at something new. Count the hours passing through familiar scenes, yet my mind keeps racing to what this day could mean. Breaking through the patterns, finding spaces in between. Every little difference shows me what could be. Oh, waiting for that moment when everything shifts and changes shape. Something special's coming, I can feel it in this day. Oh, something's on its way. Look, same schedule every morning, same faces, same warnings, but I'm watching, I'm counting every detail that's mounting. Small changes in the system, moments that I might have missed. Numbers don't tell the whole story when life brings unexpected glory. Some say life is measured in the steps we always take, but I've learned to treasure the moments that we break from the ways we know into something more. Oh, waiting for that moment when everything shifts and changes shape. Something special's coming, I can feel it in this day. The gift is on its way. Whoa. Walking these hills with you, the morning breeze so clear and true. Time stood still that summer day when everything felt like it would stay. Never thought we'd see the rain, but seasons come and go again. Remember light, remember the light, and the world turns cold. Remember light, remember the light, make your heart beat bold. The fields we danced through yesterday are calling out your name today. I hold these moments in my hand like precious stones, like grains of sand. Each memory a candle burns to guide me till your path returns. Remember the light, remember the light, when the world turns cold. Remember light, remember the light, let your heart be bold. Sometimes I close my eyes and feel your presence by my side. The warmth of days gone past gives strength to make this moment last. The mountain stream still flows downstream, your laughter echoes in between. These ancient stones will tell our tale of love that weather couldn't pale. And though the winds may change their song, the spirit keeps me moving on. Remember light, remember the light, when the world turns cold. Remember light, remember the light, let your heart be born. Remember the light where we meet again. The unfading sacred shoes. Morning breeze so clear and true.
Flower on my hands, early morning light. Something in the way it feels so right. Working with my palms, just like she showed me. Can't help wondering now who came before me. Who needed this dough before me? Who needed this dough before me? Every fold, every turn makes me want to learn. Who needed this dough before me? In my mother's bowl, mixed with care and time, recipes passed down, no words in line. Through her tired hand, she learned it too. From someone else's love, that's how we grew. Who needed this dough before me? Who needed this dough before me? Every fold, every turn makes me wanna learn. Who needed this dough before me? mother's hands, to my mother's touch, to my fingers now, connected through so much. When the bread is warm and fills our home, I feel them with me, I'm not alone. In this simple act of giving life, we're all connected through bread and time. Who needed this dough before me? Who needed this dough? Every fold, every turn makes me wanna learn. Who needed this dough before? Who needed this dough? Who came before? feel them close to me. In every small seed I see, the rhythm of time flows free. Their wisdom lives in me. Their hands in mine, they guide me home. Their hands in mine, I'm not alone. The ground beneath my feet, where all our paths still meet, ancient ways still repeat. The circle stays complete. Hands that gave, hands that grew, hearts that knew just what to do. Their hands in mine, they guide me home. Their hands in mine, I'm not alone. I carry what they gave, every blessing, every way. The rhythm of time flows free. Their wisdom lives in me. Their hands in mine, they guide me home. Their hands in mine, I'm not alone. I'm standing in my kitchen now with flour on these hands of mine. And as I knead the simple dough, I feel the weight of endless time. The recipe worn thin with age, my grandma's writing fading slow, but every fold and every turn is just the way she used to show. They're all here with me every time I bake and feed. All the hands that work the land, all the love they help me see. Help me see, help me see. The wheat that made this daily bread was planted by 100 souls. Through rain and sun they cleared the fields and passed down what they knew to hold. My father taught me how to plant, my mother showed me how to reap, and now I carry what they gave, these lessons that I'll always keep. Oh, the seeds are growing. The earth remembers. Each morning when I break this bread, I share it with the ones before. Their strength flows through my fingertips as I prepare what they restore. The table's set for all of them, though only I can see their grace. In every bite and every crumb, I feel their warmth, I know their place. They're all here with me every time I bathe and feed. All the hands that work the land, all the love they help me see. Help me see. And we keep growing, and we keep showing the way home. Yeah. the furrows in this ancient soil. Each seed I place holds memories of those before. In grandmother's kitchen, watching bread rise slow, her weathered hands taught mine the ways to know. 1,000 hands beside mine, working through the ages, through time. 1,000 hands show me how to feed the future here and now. Around the table, blessing what we've grown. Every meal connects us to the paths they've shown. The banjo played while harvest moon was bright. Their voices ring through every Friday night. 1,000 hands beside mine, working through the ages, through time. 1,000 hands show me how to feed the future here and now. They live in every garden row, in every seed we save and sow. 1,000 hands, 1,000 hands, 1,000 hands will help us grow. 1,000 hands beside mine, working through the ages, through time. 1,000 hands show me how to feed the future here and now. Sitting at this old wooden table, running my hands across the grain. Every scratch tells me stories of the meals that came before. Grandma's recipe box open wide, pictures scattered on the floor. La-da-da, la-da-da, la-da-da. And I can feel in here with me all the hands that fed and grew. Everything that's on my plate tonight carries more than just the food. 100 stories on this table, 1,000 seeds that have to grow. Every meal connects us deeper to the ones we'll never know. To the ones we'll never know. My mother taught me how to knead the bread, said her mother showed her too. Now I'm mixing flour and water like they've done since time began. There's wisdom in these simple things that I'm starting to understand. La-da, la-da, la-da. And the faces fade through time, but their love remains behind in every pot that's stirred, in every field that's tilled, in every seed that's sown. We're never quite alone. Look at my hands moving through these motions, creating something from the gifts they left. Every garden, every field, every season, every provider leaving breadcrumbs are blessed. In effort and a steal and a seeking, in a fight before breadcrumbs are blessed.
Moments captured in the steam of the kitchen, in the way we fold the dough just so, in the timing of the spices hidden, in the patience that they all showed. So I'll keep this table ready, set these plates with gratitude for the countless hands before me that made sure we all got through. And maybe someday someone else will feel me in their food. 100 stories on this table, 1,000 seeds that have to grow. Ooh, every meal connects us deeper to the ones we'll never know. To the ones we'll never know. To the ones. La 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 la, we keep growing. La 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 la, we keep growing. La 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 la, we keep growing. La 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 la, good time.
My grandmother's hands in the dark soil, teaching me when to plant and when to toil. She showed me how the beans climb high, how corn needs sisters to reach the sky. These hands are my grandmother's hands, working the earth in distant lands. These hands are my mother's too, keeping the knowledge strong and true. Quircio sacré le gras, antearan la tu la faz, mararinda momo interfado, octavar beda don't glue in Angel wisdom flowing down.
Listen close to what I'm saying. Every seed we're carefully laying, got techniques from generations past, knowledge that was built to last.
Plant the squash when oak leaves grow, watch the moon and know when to sow. Grandma said the soil must breathe, Ma showed me how to read the leaves. Now I'm teaching what I know, the young ones watching seeds grow. This ain't just about the food we eat, it's about the legacy we keep. Now my daughter's learning too, tiny hands in morning dew. She asks me what her great-grand knew. I tell her every word was true. These hands are my grandmother's hands, working the earth in distant lands. These hands are my mother's too, keeping the knowledge strong and true. Knowledge strong and true. I'm standing in her kitchen now, the way she taught me long ago. My hands are moving just like hers, in patterns that my body knows. The water meets the flowers slow, and something ancient starts to flow. Can you feel there with me? Can you feel them here with me? Can you see what I can't see? Every star, every fold brings them closer, young and old. They're all here in my hands, in this bowl. All their love, all their soul. They're all here. They're all here. Steam is rising from the pot, like morning mist on summer fields. My grandmother once stood right here and learned the way this kitchen feels. Her mother stood here years before, their wisdom running through my core. Can you feel them here with me? Can you see what I can see? Every stir, every fold brings them closer, young and old. They're all here in my hands, in this bowl. All their love, all their soul. They're all here. They're all here. From soil to sea, from hand to hand, from heart to heart, across this land. Every stir, every fold brings them closer, young and old. They're all here. They're all here in my hands, in this bowl. All their love, all their soul. They're all here. They're all here. I'm standing in her kitchen now, just like they did so long ago. Away, letters from Morocco, salt there on my skin. Watch the fishers naming storms like old familiar friends. And I thought of you back home, through rain and morning sun. How the tides that pull me far still lead me back to one. Every shore knows both storm and sun. Every heart beats the same song, love. Time flows like waves, on and on. Dammi ashumatra lequini mohroi. Babe me arai salis maravion antaon. Every shore knows both storm and sun. Every heart beats the same song, love.
From Andalusian mountains to Cape Town's harbor lights, I've seen grandmothers' prayers and children's lullaby nights. Each village holds its sorrows, each town bears its crown. Some dance through their troubles, some sing when they're down. But the rhythm stays steady, like blood in our veins, like footsteps in markets, like sweet summer rain. And the voices keep calling across oceans wide. We're all just sailors on time's changing ways. Every shore knows both storm and sun. Every heart beats the same song, love sings the same song. Flows like waves on and on, like the waves roll on. I've walked 1,000 harbors, each one showed me truth. In my heart, that life moves like water.